What it do, y'all? Welcome back to the 101 Champion YouTube channel. It's your boy Garrett Bradford, and in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you all something that a lot of y'all been asking for. I just really haven't been consistent with it, just with a lot of timing and stuff, and I really been trying to occupy a lot of my time giving you guys a lot of dope sneaker content. But today's video, I got a dope, iconic fantasy football video. And in this video, I'm really gonna give you guys a lot of pointers and a lot of things that can allow you guys to win in fantasy football if you have a league or if you're doing DraftKings or different things like that. So really use what I'm telling you guys as your advantage. Use it to make money or just to win this week. It's week 6, so the season's going. It's each and every week is just flying by, so really tap in and use what I'm telling you as your advantage. And let's get right into the video, baby. So the first position that we're gonna be looking at today in today's video is the quarterback position. And each and every one of us that's ever played fantasy football know how much good quarterbacks that are out there. But as well, with that being said, those quarterbacks that are in the middle that can put up a lot of numbers but don't do it consistently. So really make sure you guys tap in and really use what I'm telling you guys to help you guys pick your quarterback, because it's a key position for you guys to win in fantasy football. So with that being said, for week 6, my number one quarterback for this week is Josh Allen, and he plays the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans have let quarterbacks throw all over him, so that's really the reason why he's my number one quarterback right now. But also, Josh Allen just has so much upside with the ability of him being able to run, him throw. He can really do it all, and he has a lot of weapons around him with Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, and also Kevin Knox at the tight end position. So that's why he comes in at number 1 this week. I really see him having a takeoff week this week. At number 2, we have Kyler Murray, and he plays the Cleveland Browns. Kyler Murray right now is arguably the front runner for MVP this year. They're 5-0, and the Cardinals are just killing it with him at quarterback. Just like Josh Allen, Kyler Murray has so many weapons on the field with DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Ronald Moore. There's just so many people out there for him to throw the ball, and I really feel like that game with the Cardinals and the Cleveland Browns are going to be a high-scoring game, so I really see him having to take off this week. At number 3, we have Tom Brady, and Tom Brady plays the Philadelphia Eagles this week, and I really feel like the Eagles secondary really is nothing too crazy, so I really feel like Tom Brady is going to have another great week this week. Right now, he has the most throwing yards for quarterback, so I really see him having another takeoff week this week. He does play on Thursday, so you guys have to make sure that you put him in your starting lineup before this upcoming game on Thursday. At number 4, we have Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson plays the LA Chargers, and the thing about that game is I just feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game, so I really feel like Lamar Jackson will have to throw the ball and as well use his feet to really make them contain and really put up numbers with the Chargers. So that's the main reason why I have Lamar Jackson at number 4 this week. At number 5, we got Dak Prescott, and he plays the New England Patriots. And right now, the Cowboys offense is arguably the best offense in football. So I really see Dak Prescott having a takeoff week this week, them putting up a lot of points against the Patriots, and them just overall killing them. So I really recommend to start Dak Prescott this week. At number 6, we have Justin Herbert against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens do have a good defense, but I feel like Justin Herbert just makes plays each and every Sunday, so I really feel like he's going to have a takeoff game this week and really help, because if he doesn't, the Chargers don't win. So I really feel like him going above and beyond to really help his team get the win and put up a lot of numbers in terms of fantasy football. And with that being said, my 4 sleepers this week at the quarterback position, you got Joe Burrow. He plays the Detroit Lions. At number 2, you got Jalen Hurts against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really, really love Jalen Hurts this week because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary is really not that good. They got a lot of injuries, so I really see the Philadelphia Eagles throwing the ball all over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. At number 3, you got Matthew Stafford, and they play the Giants. The Rams are going to throw the ball and kill the Giants, so I really feel like he's going to have a takeoff week this week. And number 4, you got Jacoby Brissett, and he's the Dolphins quarterback, and they play the Jacksonville Jaguars. I really feel like this is going to be the week that he takes off and really shows that he can carry the Dolphins and really be that franchise quarterback if they need him to be that until Tua comes back. So really make sure you guys tap in. Make sure you guys have at least one of these quarterbacks on your team, and I promise you, you'll see good numbers and good results. And that's that for the quarterback position. So the next position that we're going to be looking at today is the running back position. Everyone knows in fantasy football, if you have a solidified running back that plays all 3 downs, it's very beneficial for you in terms of points, because in terms of a running back, you want to have that guy that's on the field all the time or gets those carries whenever it comes down to them being in the red zone. So with that being said, for week 6, coming in at number 1, I got Ezekiel Elliott, and they play the New England Patriots. And I really feel like Ezekiel Elliott is taking a lot of people's criticism and using it to really show that he still is one of the top running backs in the NFL. So I really feel like he's going to go absolutely crazy this week and puts up a lot of numbers. At number 2, I have Jonathan Taylor, and he's a Colts running back, and they play the Houston Texans. Jonathan Taylor went completely nuts last week against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday night. So I really feel like he's going to take in all that pretty much confidence from what he got last week against the Ravens and really use that to his advantage to kill and run all over the Houston Texans. Because I really truly believe that the Colts will kill the Texans this week. At number 3, we got no one other than Najee Harris, the Steelers running back. And he does play the Seattle Seahawks, and I just feel like the Seattle Seahawks D-line is really not that great. So I really feel like he's going to have the ability to put up a lot of good numbers. And the good thing about Najee Harris is he touches the ball so much, and he really hardly gets off the field for the Steelers. So he has a lot of upside because of the mere fact that he's always on the field. So you really don't know what he's going to do. At number 4, you have James Robinson, and they play the Miami Dolphins. James Robinson has always been one of those running backs that I absolutely love just because of the mere fact that the Jaguars don't have a lot of weapons. So it's almost one of those inevitable things for him to get the ball. And they do play a Miami Dolphins defense that is pretty good, but I feel like for it to be a competitive game, the Jaguars are going to really have to establish the run with James Robinson and really run the ball. So I feel like he's going to have a really good week this week. At number 5, we have Austin Eckler against the Baltimore Ravens. The thing about Austin Eckler that I love is he just has a great ability to catch the ball. So that really helps out in fantasy because if a running back or any player catches the ball, you get a lot of points for that. As well, at number 6, we have Joe Mixon, the Bengals running back, and they play the Detroit Lions. And I truly feel like Joe Mixon is going to be able to run the ball a lot because I do see the Bengals killing the Lions, so they're going to try to waste a lot of clock. So I do see Joe Mixon having a takeoff week this week as well. And my 4 sleepers this week in terms of running backs. At number 1, we got Leonard Fournette, and he plays the Philadelphia Eagles. And the thing about Leonard Fournette is he's on the field a lot for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I really feel like they're going to use him a lot whenever it comes to being in the red zone. At number 2, you have Myles Gaskin against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Myles Gaskin has been one of those players that were really hyped coming into the season, but he hasn't really lived up to the hype just as yet. His best game was last week, so I do feel like, just like Jonathan Taylor, he's going to bring in that confidence from last week about everything that he did and really use that as his advantage to have a takeoff game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 3, we have Darrell Williams, and this is a running back for the Chiefs. And as of right now, Clyde Edwards is out for 3 weeks, so I really feel like they're going to use him a lot. And that offense just has so many weapons that he really has the ability to always get the ball. That's the main thing with him. And I love their matchup this week. They play the Washington football team, so I really feel like the Chiefs should go out there and put up a lot of points against them. And at number 4, we have Zach Moss for the Buffalo Bills, and they play the Tennessee Titans. And the thing about Zach Moss that I really like is it seems like they're giving him the ball a lot in the red zone. So he really has the ability to put up points and score touchdowns. So that's the main thing you want. And those are my top 6 and top 4 sleepers in terms of the running back position. So let's get into the receivers. So we're finally at the receiver position. So let's get right into it. Coming in at number 1 this week, we got Cooper Kupp, and he plays the New York Giants. And the thing about Cooper Kupp that I love is he just has outstanding routes on the field and great hands. So I really feel like he's going to have a takeoff week this week against the Giants. And on top of that, I really feel like him and Matthew Stafford have made a connection to where Stafford really sees him as a security blanket and can be that person when he's in trouble to throw the ball to and he'll make a play. Coming in at number 2 this week, we have Davante Adams, and they play the Chicago Bears. That is a division game, so I do feel like there will be a lot of fight between both teams to be able to get that key win. But I do see Davante Adams having a killer week this week because I don't really see any players on the Bears being able to guard him one-on-one. So do look for Davante Adams to have a crazy week in week 6. Coming in at number 3, we have DeAndre Hopkins, and they do play the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns do have an okay secondary, but the thing about DeAndre Hopkins that I love is I feel like if there's a lot of points getting scored, he's going to get in the end zone because him and Kyler Murray love each other in the red zone. And he just makes those freak plays, and I feel like he's going to have at least 1 or 2 of those freak plays this week to really help push them past the Cleveland Browns to get the W. Coming in at number 4 this week, we got Terry McLaurin, and they play the Kansas City Chiefs. And the thing about that is I really feel like the Kansas City Chiefs will probably kill the Washington football team. So I feel like they're going to have to throw the ball a lot and look for them to use Terry McLaurin a lot to really be able to contain and put up numbers with the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming in at number 5, we have no one other than Jamar Chase. And he does play the Detroit Lions. And the thing about Jamar Chase is I really feel like he's one of those rookies out there that looks like they've been playing in the NFL for a couple years. He's one of those deep threats that just make plays whenever they need to be made. And the great thing about him and Joe Burrow have played since they were in college. So they really have one of those great connections that's formed over multiple years. So I really feel like that connection is just going to keep growing as the season goes on. So really look for Jamar Chase to have a crazy week this week. At number 6, you have CeeDee Lamb, and they play the New England Patriots. And the thing about CeeDee Lamb that I like is I feel like the Patriots are really going to try to double team Amari Cooper. So it's going to allow CeeDee Lamb to really get that one-on-one matchup that he's going to win against the Patriots. So really look for him to have a crazy, outstanding week this week and really show that everyone that he is one of the top receivers for the Dallas Cowboys. And my 4 sleeper receivers for this week. Coming in at number 1, we have no one other than Antonio Brown, and he plays the Philadelphia Eagles. And the thing with Antonio Brown is I really feel like business is booming this year for him. He's putting up great numbers. He's a great leader, and he's really one of those sleeper receivers on the Bucs that really allow him to get the ball and to really be one of those people to help them win. So look for him to have a great week. He does play on Thursday, so make sure you get him in as quick as possible. At number 2, we have Devontae Smith. He as well plays on Thursday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers having a defense that's kind of banged up and has a lot of injuries, I look at him to have a great week this week. And if the Eagles have any chance of winning, Jalen Hurts needs to get Devontae Smith the ball. They just need to get him the ball and allow him to make plays. He has so much potential to do that. So really give him the ball, and I promise you he'll put up solid numbers. At number 3, we have Jalen Waddle, and they play the Jacksonville Jaguars. I do feel like Jalen Waddle has yet to really have that game to show that he is a first-round pick, but I do feel like this week him and Jacoby Brissett will catch a deep ball together. So I do see him putting up a lot of points because of the mere fact they play the Jaguars, and I do see the Dolphins putting up a lot of points against them. And the final person on this sleeper pick coming in at number 4 is Michael Pittman Jr. He's a Colts receiver, and they play the Houston Texans. And if you watched the game on Monday when they played the Ravens, Michael Pittman got a deep touchdown. So that really allowed him to put up a lot of points. So I really feel like him and Carson Wentz will keep that going this week. So look at him to be another one of those sleeper receivers that not a lot of people are thinking about that will put up a lot of numbers. And let's get right into the tight ends. So we're finally at the last position of the video, and that's the tight end position. And everyone knows, especially in the NFL, the tight end position is a really key contributor to a great team. But with that being said, there's not a whole lot of depth of tight ends in terms of fantasy football. So make sure you have at least one of these guys on your team, and I promise you they're going to put up great numbers. So with that being said, coming in at number 1 this week for the tight end position, we have Darren Waller, and he plays the Denver Broncos. That is a division game, so I do feel like he's going to give it his all and really try to help the Raiders get that key win. And also, I feel like anytime him and Derek Carr have a great connection going on during the game, it's hard to beat them. So really look for him to put up great numbers. At number 2 this week, we have Mark Andrews, and they play the Los Angeles Chargers. Mark Andrews went absolutely bonkers last week on Monday night against the Colts. He put up 41 points. So really look for that to correspond and fall into this week as well, because I do feel like the Ravens and the Chargers game will be a high-scoring game. So look for him to get in the end zone and really be arguably the top tight end for week 6. At number 3, we got TJ Hawkinson, and they play the Bengals. And the thing about TJ Hawkinson is I feel like he's the best weapon in terms of the receiving core / tight end for the Lions. So really look for Jared Goff to get him the ball more and really allow him to make plays, because they need something to give them all a boost. So I feel like Jared Goff really needs to start getting him the ball more. So look for him to have a takeoff week this week against the Bengals. At number 4, you have Tyler Higbee, and they play the New York Giants. And the thing about Tyler Higbee that I love is him and Matthew Stafford have a great connection when it comes into the red zone. So really look for him to have a great week this week, because I do feel like the Rams will kill the Giants. So look for him to be in the end zone at least once or twice this week. At number 5, you have Mike Gesicki, and he plays the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the thing about him is I feel like between him and Jalen Waddle for the Dolphins are the key players that Jacoby Brissett really need to get the ball to really allow them to get this W this week. So look for him to have a great week and make sure that he gets the ball a lot. And at number 6, we have Hunter Henry, and they play the Dallas Cowboys. And the thing about Hunter Henry is he got paid a huge contract in the offseason. So he's finally really finding his groove when it comes for the Patriots, what exactly they want to do with him. So I really feel like him and Mac Jones are going to keep getting that connection growing and going each and every week. So look for him to really be a security blanket for Mac Jones this week and really allow him to get in the end zone as well. And my 4 sleepers in terms of tight end, coming at number 1, we have Zach Ertz, and he plays the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He does play on Thursday night, so make sure you guys get him in there early. But the thing about Zach Ertz is he was an all-pro at one point in his career, and I feel like he has a lot left in the tank, and he just really needs to have the ability to show us that. So with that being said, Dallas Goedert, the other Eagles tight end, is out this week with COVID, so look for Zach Ertz to have a great week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense that really is not that good in terms of their secondary. At number 2, we got Robert Tonyan, and they play the Chicago Bears. And Robert Tonyan is a great red zone target for Aaron Rodgers, so look for him to get in the end zone as well this week. At number 3, we have Dan Arnold, and he plays the Miami Dolphins. He plays for the Jaguars, and the thing about him is that I've noticed is I feel like Trevor Lawrence goes to him a lot, especially in the red zone. And that's the key thing about tight ends is they're almost a security blanket, especially in the red zone, because they're so big. So always remember that, especially when you're thinking about which tight end you want to start. And last tight end coming in at number 4 is Jonas Smith for the Patriots. And they do play the Dallas Cowboys. And the thing about Jonas Smith, and the reason why I have him and Hunter Henry on this list, is I feel like with both of them getting paid so much in terms of contract, is the Patriots really need to find a way to use both of them on the field and really allow them to make plays. Because of the mere fact, if they can do that, the Patriots have a chance this week against the Dallas Cowboys, because it is going to be a high-scoring game. So make sure you guys have those players. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and caught a vibe to it and really found it to be beneficial in terms of helping you win either this week's fantasy football league or even just coming up on a quick come up in terms of FanDuel or DraftKings. So make sure you guys really tap in and take notes, and I promise you guys will not be disappointed. And also with that being said, thank you guys so much for all the constant love and support. It really means the world to me that you guys just constantly show love each and every day. It really allows me to keep grinding and give you guys dope videos. So with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, share, and turn on those post notifications on so you guys always get a head start and know when exactly I'm posting. And as you guys know, I'll be leaving you guys with an inspirational quote at the end of the video. And today's inspirational quote is from Tony Dungy himself. And it goes, "Everybody needs encouragement even when things are going well." And the thing that I really love with that quote is each and every day, no matter if you're doing good, bad, or anything, encouragement is always one of those things that allows you to know that you're doing good or that everything's still falling into place. And the key thing with that is it's always something, it always means the world to me, and I know it probably means the world to you guys too. Whenever the people around you are really supporting you and really showing that what you are doing is the right path, you know, and always know that no matter what you do or who are around you, you always are doing the best you. So always remember that and just keep being one-on-one and just keep pushing each and every day. I love you guys so much, and just make sure you guys tap in. I will be having a sneaker video dropping this Friday, so make sure you guys tap in for that. And I'm out. Peace.